of the content we offer. We're also about 85% of our catalog is mobile ready. So you can take courses from your laptop, desktop, tablet, or cell phone. Generally, we do suggest the bigger the screen, the better. But you are able to log on from your cell phone if you have some downtime to access these courses mobilely. So really all you need is internet access, and we're available 24/7 for you to learn at your own pace and when it makes sense for you. This is a quick snapshot of what the virtual registration page is going to look like. So I mentioned that you can self-register. You don't have to wait for anyone to give you access to this tool. You can sign up for Metrix online, and then you'll receive your username and password via email. So one thing to note about this as well is sometimes our emails do get routed to the spam folder from our automated system. So if you sign up, just be sure that you're checking both your inbox and your spam folder for that information. And this is a little more on that career pathway tool that I mentioned. So here's just a couple snapshots of that self-assessment. Those skills are on the left-hand side, a quick description in the middle, and then this is where you would rate yourself, basically on a scale of none all the way up to you're a master in that topic. You also, in the top right-hand corner, you can see where you can pick that industry, and then it'll also bring up a drop-down for you to pick a specific occupation. And then this is going to be that pie chart that lets you know where you rated yourself high and what skills you have a high rating in. So for example, in this pie chart, the academic, workplace, and personal skills, I'm showing green for an overage. I rated myself pretty high in those areas. And then the red is where I could use some of those suggested courses to take my skill knowledge from whatever I rated myself up to what that occupation would be requiring. So again, we'll go through this in detail during the demonstration portion, but here's just a few snapshots of what the system looks like. And then here are some examples of different course tracks, skill tracks that Metrix Learning has set up, and a list of some of those industry certifications that we offer. So you'll see here we have some of those professional skills listed that employers are always going to be looking for, like listening skills, communication skills, emotional intelligence is a big one right now as well, but also things like giving and receiving feedback, managing conflict, critical thinking. So those courses are all available within the portal and can be really good fundamental courses. And then we also have the skill tracks page in the top right-hand corner. So just a quick note about the skill tracks page. This is going to be groupings of courses Metrix has put together on different topics. So if you're interested in taking multiple courses within one specific topic, you can add them all here with one click rather than having to search through all 7,000 courses in the catalog and add one by one. Additionally, on the bottom right-hand side, those links for the industry certifications, we do have the content available for industry certifications that come from places like CompTIA, Microsoft, Human Resources, Project Management, and I'll go through the page to show you the entire catalog of our industry certs. But just a couple things about the industry certifications. These are going to be preparatory courses that prepare you for that national exam, where you'll receive a nationally recognized credential if you are able to take that national exam and pass that national exam. So our content prepares you to take that exam. It's free of charge within the Metrix portal. The only caveat being that the exam fee is not covered by the Metrix Learning license. So you can take these courses to prepare yourself, but please be aware that there is going to be an exam fee once you're ready to test, and that would need to be covered either out of pocket or through alternative funding that you can seek out on your own. So these links here are going to be available within the portal. They will essentially take you out to these certifying bodies' different websites so you can learn more about these national credentials. You could click on the CompTIA link here. It'll take you to comptia.org, where you can learn more about what credentials in things like A+, Network+, or Security+ would do for you, what kind of jobs that you can apply for and seek out with these different credentials, as well as information on the exam, like how long is the exam, what do I need to do to pass that exam, are there any prerequisites for these credentials, etc. So I would definitely suggest checking out these links first, deciding on what type of credential would make sense for you, and then you can come back into our system and start working through that content. All right. I see a little bit of activity in the chat. If there's any specific questions so far, I'm just going to open this up on the other screen.
I pulled two questions, Ellie. One was, what is the national exam and how much is the fee? And then another question related to that, are the exams hosted on the platform or externally?
Great questions. So the national exam is going to be a proctored national exam that you'll have to take through a licensed proctored testing site. So again, these links to the different certifying bodies, you should be able to find the information on how you register for those exams. And each exam is going to have a different price point. You'll see many of them anywhere from $150 up to like $450. It just depends on which credential you're pursuing. But that information is listed on their website. And again, these exams are going to be taken through a licensed proctored testing site. So those exams are not through the Metrix Learning Portal. You would have to register for that exam and then either show up to that testing site in person, or some of them do have options to take a remotely proctored exam, which would take place, at home via your own computer, but there are quite a few stipulations for that as well.
Just another question about the exam. As part of the preparation, do you administer mock exams?
We do have test exams, preparatory exams available within the catalog as well. So you can go through and take a test exam that would be set up in a similar format to a national exam before going forward and registering. So we also have something called One Huddle, which is game-based learning. So this can be really fun. It's an option for you guys, but definitely not something you have to do. It's just something we like to highlight in our catalog because it's a different way to learn. So basically through gamification, what you're going to do is take trivia games through our site to learn different topics. So you'll see on the left-hand side in that image, it's going to give you a question. You have to pick the right answer. And each question has a point value associated. So as you take these quizzes and trivia games, you gain more and more points, and you can kind of compare your point value to other people on this leaderboard and compare yourself, how are you doing in terms of points versus other people who are playing these games. So these are short games. They're usually about 3 to 5 minutes to complete. We do offer the full catalog, which is about 300 games in total in both English and Spanish. And we've launched a customer satisfaction survey that we did on the gamification site just to see how people responded to it. And we do find that over 90% enjoyed game-based learning. Over 90% would recommend it to a peer. So it got good feedback from our set of participants who were surveyed for this. And we did find that these games were especially chosen to be taken by our demographic that was between 30 and 65. So it may seem games, like something that kids in high school might enjoy, which they definitely do, but we did find that all types of demographics enjoy these games. I enjoy showing them because I do think it's a fun, quick way to learn and retain new information. So this is also available in the catalog if you're interested in some game-based learning. But most of our courses are going to be courses that you sit through, watch the content, learn the content, and at the end, there'll be a course test. So this is an example, a little screenshot of what that course test may be comprised of. Most of our questions are going to be like this one, drag and drop. You're going to be matching the answers to the different areas on the right-hand side. We do have true or false, multiple choice, or multiple answer. And what we require on these course tests is that you receive 80% or higher to pass the exam. So you do need to achieve 80%, but you don't have to achieve it on the first try. If you go through the course test and you get a 65, that's okay. Go back through, review the content. You can take that test again as many times as you may need to achieve the 80% or higher. Once you complete a course test, it does take about 24 hours for our system to cycle through updates. So just be aware that you won't see it show completed in the portal instantly after you take that exam and pass it. If you were to take a course today, just come back tomorrow in the morning, open it back up, and you'll see that certificate of completion is available for you, generally within 24 hours.
So is this site and the courses available for 24 hours a day and 7 days a week?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can log in anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And can I access that from abroad? Because I'm traveling for about a month.
Yeah, absolutely. So all of our course, not all of it, sorry, 85% of our course catalog is both cell phone, tablet, desktop ready. So you can access most of the content from your phone, but I would suggest, again, the bigger the screen, the better. But yes, you definitely can log in from your phone as well.
So what's the average of most of the courses? Is it like 3 months, 4 months?
Oh, no. So I would say industry certification courses, it's going to be a grouping of courses. So you may see there's between 20 and 30 courses you need to take for those industry certification type exams. So that would be a little bit longer in content, but most of our content in the portal, course by course, they're going to be on average 30 minutes to an hour. So these aren't super long courses that you have to dedicate, weeks of time to complete. Even on this screen, you'll see making a positive impression in an internal interview. I took that course and passed it. I believe it was about 25 minutes of content that I had to learn. So they're not super long.
Okay. I'm trying to get ready to take the CPA exam. You guys have any information about it? Any courses that I can prep?
Yeah, you can definitely reach out to us at customer support at metrixlearning.com. And we can get back with you if you're looking for some specific content. Just email us and we can email you back with some of those suggested courses.
Ellie, we have a couple more questions while you're taking them. Do you have anything that's comparable to NetSuite?
I'm not 100% sure because I'm not super familiar with NetSuite. But again, feel free to email our customer support inbox and we can definitely suggest courses that we have available that would cover those types of topics.
I also had a question. Do you have any similarities to Aztec? Do you know Aztec? We use that. Oh,
I apologize. I'm not familiar.
That's okay.
Go ahead, though. What type of system is that?
Julie, there are like basic skills courses. Yes.
Got
But
it.
I think they have other. I think they have more advanced courses as well. The Aztec.
It's a wide range. There's like 7,000 courses. So yes.
Yeah. We'll get to the demonstration portion in a second, and I can show you guys more in depth some of the course options we have for you.
And then just one more, Ellie, do you have feedback from employers on the courses? In other words, do they consider employees more who take these?
I would definitely say yes. We actually at Metrix Learning partner with employers to offer these trainings to their current employees as well. So we see employers use us for retaining their current employees, providing skills to them to advance in their careers, or using us in onboarding trainings when they bring in new hires. So we're definitely reputable across employers as well. They're looking for these types of skills, and we definitely have tailored our catalog to support employers with these types of skills they're looking for.
Okay, so we'll get to more questions.
I just had I'm sorry, I had lost the connection for a little bit. I don't know if you covered this already, but what is the cost for these different courses? Are they at a discount, or are they?
Yeah, so The great thing about Metrix Learning is that you as the participant, this is completely free to you. There's no out-of-pocket costs for these courses. You don't have to pay to sign up. Metrix Learning doesn't even have an option for you to put in your type of card information or anything. So this is funded with Bergen's Workforce Development Board. So it's in partnership with them. So they kind of front the bill for you guys, and then you guys get to access this content for the 6 months totally free.
Is anyone available to take these courses? Do you have to be unemployed? Do you have to be like a resident of New Jersey? What are the conditions that it lends itself to take these courses?
So currently in New Jersey, we are a statewide initiative. So you are able to sign up as long as you're a resident of the state of New Jersey. There's no other stipulations beyond just being a citizen here in the state.
Great, thank you.
Absolutely.
Quick question. I just put this in the chat, but the certificate of completion, where do you find that?
Definitely. So I'll go through on the demo portion and show you guys where we can locate those things. Just for a quick overview right now, they'll all be available within your plan. Your activities tab is going to show all of your courses. Your report tab under the plan is going to show you all your certificates of completion.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course. All right, we're almost done. I only have a couple more slides, and then we'll go ahead and get to the full demonstration. Is there anything else you wanted me to cover right now, or can I go ahead?
Can we start immediately once we find a course that we like?
Yeah, absolutely. You can self-register. You'll get that username and password to your email, and then you can log right in and get started.
So that will come after this session. And also, if you wanted to watch the recording again, how do we do that?
I will follow up with everybody that registered with an email with a copy of the slides, all the links that we talked about. I'll make like a answer most of the major questions that people asked, and then a recording to this. We're going to record it so you can watch it on demand. So I'll follow up afterwards with an email to everybody.
Thank you.
Ellie, right, just a couple more before you move on to the demonstration. Do you offer any courses about getting your real estate license, PMP certification? And then are these courses different than LinkedIn Learning?
So again, I'm not super familiar with LinkedIn Learning. I have heard similar things about it, an online platform where you can learn new skills. We're not associated with LinkedIn, so we don't have a partnership with them. There may be some overlap in what kind of content is available. But again, I'm not super familiar with the platform, so I can't say if like everything is exactly the same. And then in terms of real estate, we can take a look through the system. I don't believe we have a ton on real estate, if any, but definitely feel free to email us and we can take a look and see if there's anything we can suggest for you. But we definitely do offer the PMP project management certification track. So if you are interested in something like project management, we actually have 3 separate
Oh,
options.
I didn't know Bergen County has, you can get, you know what?
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully those answered those questions. PMP definitely available. I will show you that within the portal as well. Oops, sorry, I'm going crazy on the slides, but so just a couple more things on these slides. Again, this is where you can retrieve your certificates of completion. On the right-hand side here is just a little snapshot of what those certificates will look like. Again, with your name on that blank space, the course that you took, the date you completed it on, our SkillSoft logo, as well as the logo on the left-hand side. And we can go ahead and get into the demonstration. Just give me 1 second to stop sharing this screen and I will pop back up on the correct one. All right, so first and foremost, the link to go ahead and get registered is available right here for you. So you'll see available in the screen. I believe I put it in the chat, but I can definitely put it in the chat again if anybody needs it. And when you get to this screen, you should see this option to request a login. So if you press that link to request a login, you'll be brought to the second page. And this page is essentially just to give you some information again on Metrix. You can read through this if you're interested. It's just mostly Q&A, commonly asked questions. But at the very top, you'll see a button here that says sign up now. And if you press sign up now, you'll see this screen for registration. And this is all the information that you need to put in to receive an account with Metrix Learning. So first name, last name, email, the city and state in which you live, as well as your zip code. You're going to see this referred by section. Please choose Bergen County here. And then down here, you'll go ahead and click that you've read our system policies. And then we do have a quick question to reduce spam. Is ice hot or cold? A tip here, the answer is cold. So just go ahead and type that in and you'll press register. And then again, check your email for your username and password. You should also definitely be checking your spam folder just to be sure that you received it. And then you'll receive that unique username to you as well as your password to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to get logged in with one of my demo accounts here and we'll go through the system. And this is what your portal is going to look like once you have your registration completed and received your username and password. You'll log in using that same link that you registered from, and this is what the portal page looks like. So some of the highlights here on the home page, you're going to see this gold bar at the top. This is always going to be here for you. So if at any point you forget something, you need some help, you just want a quick video that shows you how to navigate the system, we have this video linked up here for you, Metrix Learning Tutorial. It's a 5-minute YouTube, so it's very quick. It'll cover a lot of the major highlights again on how to navigate the system. So if you do have any questions at any point, I highly suggest watching that tutorial. But we do offer sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Eastern Standard Time. So on Tuesdays at 7, Thursdays at 2. These links will always be here for you as well. So if you do have any questions, you want to see a demo of the site again, you're having some kind of error in the system that you're not sure how to navigate, come pop onto one of these sessions with us. We usually have 2 or 3 employees available to kind of answer questions in real time, as well as go through the demonstration of the site again. So we'll be here for you twice a week, anytime. Please connect with us. And then you should see this big green box here on the left-hand side. I mentioned that you'll receive a license when you sign up with Metrix Learning and register. Kind of like that subscription service model, you receive 180 days of access, and this green box will count down how many days you have left until it expires. And one thing to note, once your license has expired, it doesn't mean that you lose complete access to the portal. You still would be able to log in. You can look at all of the previous courses you completed, as well as those certificates of completions that you had received. You just wouldn't be able to access new content once that license is expired. So reach out to us, ask if you can have it extended. We'll definitely look into it and get that done for you. But that green box will keep a running tab of how many days you have left. So a few options that you can do when you're first entering the Metrix Learning portal and you're just getting started is we do have this Find a Job tab, which I had mentioned. This is going to take you to this Get Started section, which will link you to Indeed. I'm currently in Detroit, Michigan, so it pulled up Detroit for me. For you guys, that'll pull up your area that you're in. And you can search by job title or keyword. For example, if you were interested in something like being an administrative assistant, here are different job options that are open in your area. If you take a look at one of these job descriptions, you can look through and see what the duties are, what kind of qualifications you should have, and pull out some of those skills that you should have. So for example, working knowledge of Outlook, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. I mentioned we have all of those courses available. So if that's something you're not proficient in, now you know that this job is looking for those particular skills. You can add some of those courses to your plan at Metrix, and you'd be able to take them to kind of boost your prospects there of achieving that particular job you're looking for. So again, that's going to be under the Find a Job and then Get Started. It'll just go ahead and link you out to Indeed to kind of look around at some of those different job offerings and what kind of skills they're looking for. You also have the option to come to this career tab and open up that pathways tool. So here is your self-assessment. You'll see those skills on the left-hand side, the description, your skill rating, and you do need to rate yourself on at least 25 of these skills to move forward to the next page. There are probably about 50 skills in total that you can rate yourself on, but do remember a minimum of 25 to get to the next page. And the example I like to use is customer service, customer interaction. Those are two types of skills that I've worked in for most of my adult life. So I'd probably give myself advanced knowledge or mastery knowledge in those types of topics. But something like HIPAA, I've never worked in the medical field. I understand HIPAA from a very consumer point of view. So I gave myself basic knowledge there. I could definitely use some courses on HIPAA if that's something that I would need to know to kind of gain some more confidence in that knowledge. So you would go through all of these different skills, give yourself that rating. And once you get to the pathway, I'm going to jump over to a different account just so you guys don't have to watch me answer 25 questions. Once you do, this is what that page will look like. You get to pick an industry and an occupation. So if you're interested in something like getting into information technology, I'm interested in being a network administrator, you can pick those options from the drop down. If you scroll down to the pie chart, here are those areas again where I rated myself pretty high. And then these red areas are where I could use some courses to help take my skill level up. So someone like me, I would need some courses on servers, cloud computing, IT project management, etc. Anywhere that has red. And if you scroll down past that pie chart, you're going to see these topics on the left-hand side correlate to that pie chart. Here in the green is where I rated myself high. I exceed the skill level that this job is looking for. And here are those red dots with your skill gaps. So if you were to open up this section on networks, here are two classes that our system is suggesting I take to take my current rating of a 65 up to the required rating of a 90. So all you need to do is add these courses to your plan directly from this page. They'll be available in your plan for you to complete. If you decide that, this is not the job that I'm looking for, I want to pursue something else, anytime you change these drop-down options, that pie chart and the suggested courses will change with it. So if you decide instead, I want to get into marketing, I want to be a marketing director, again, here's my pie chart with the suggested areas, Google Analytics, decision-making, creative thinking, etc. If I come down to the bottom, here are those suggested courses, and I could add them to my plan right here. So this tool can be really helpful if you have specific occupations you're looking for and you'd like to know and work on some of those in-demand skills that they're seeking for these types of positions. And again, that's available here, career pathways. The next section is going to be under the catalog. You should, actually, I'll log in back to my demo account real quick for you guys so you're not seeing all that extra stuff. So here under the catalog, you're going to see the very bottom option is for skill tracks that I had mentioned. So again, groupings of courses that Metrix Learning has put together on particular topics. So if you're interested in something like AI, that's been a huge topic of conversation recently. Here's a few introductory courses that Metrix has put together that you could take a look at. There's also a ton of courses in things like business skills. Maybe you want to get into leadership. You have a current job, you're entry level, or maybe you're looking to get into a managerial type position. Check out some of these courses on leadership or on management. You're going to see they're grouped. It'll let you know how many courses are involved in this specific skill track. So for advanced management, we have 6 courses available in this track. Here are those courses listed out. And when you're ready to add all 6 of those courses to your plan, you can do that in one click here with Add to My Plan. Some of the other areas I do like to highlight are going to be these computer skills. We do have a ton in terms of computer skills. So if you're interested in things like coding and programming, development and design, operating systems, networks, etc. A lot of these tracks are set up in here for you. I know someone had mentioned something IT related. It's probably in here. I just don't speak IT very well, so I definitely apologize. Again, shoot us an email if you're looking for something specific, and we can definitely get back with you with some suggestions. But here's just an example of all the different courses that we offer and tracks we offer related to coding and programming. And I mentioned Microsoft Office Suite quite a bit in this session already, but here it is. You know, if you do want to look at Excel 2016, we do have courses, but we also have the most updated courses again here, Excel 365. So those are available here under the skill track section. Again, there's quite a bit in here that you could go through that can be super helpful. These job readiness tracks are set up to kind of get you set with those professional skills like emotional intelligence, reaching goals, self-confidence. So this is a great place to get started if you're not really sure what you're looking to get into. Here's some suggested courses that we think would be beneficial to you. So come to the catalog skill tracks page to check out those courses. And then that industry certifications page is going to be right here in the middle. Here you'll see those links that I mentioned. Again, if you click onto these links, they are just going to link you out to the certifying body's website so that you can learn more about those industry credentials and national exams. If you scroll past these links, here are the certification tracks we have available. So this is going to be the course content that you can add to your plan. Again, something like Lean Six Sigma. If you're interested, we have the yellow, green, and black belt available. This is going to be 16 courses, and you can add all 16 of those to your plan here. Again, HR, I know we mentioned project management. We have 3 separate ones for project management, whether it's CAPM or the PMI or the PMP. We do offer Microsoft Office credentials as well if you wanted to go through and become a Microsoft Office specialist. And then here we have 139 different IT certifications that you could go through. The one I'm most familiar with is CompTIA. So if you're interested in taking the CompTIA A+, here are the 2 tracks you would need to take. 1101 is going to be the first, 1102 you're going to want to take second. But also things like Pen Test, Project, Security Plus. And we have Google certifications, more Microsoft Office certifications. These ones are going to be more like designing and managing the websites and programs. So these are, again, all available for you here under that industry certifications page in the catalog. So one more time about these industry certifications, this content prepares you for that national exam. You can Google some of these different exams, and you'll see online there's a lot of different places that will offer boot camps and different preparatory courses to prepare for something like the PMP. And it's going to be a cost associated with all of those if you just Google it. So luckily here within the Metrix system, you don't have to pay to utilize these courses. You are able to take the test prep. So you can prepare yourself for that exam, but also test yourself in an environment that would be similar to a certification test. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to email us or reach out. We can definitely steer you in the right direction if you would like. Last place under the catalog that you can check out is going to be this browse option. So here under browse, this is basically where you can type in keywords or topics you're interested in to see if it's available in the Metrix Learning Catalog. So one that I like to use as an example is Photoshop. I think it's one of the more fun courses we offer. So if you type in Photoshop, you're going to see this returned about 28 results for me. They'll show up on this page in alphabetical order. So you'll just want to look through and see if anything makes sense for you or is something you're interested in learning. You can open up, I'm interested in learning photo editing. Here is the Adobe Photoshop 13 photo editing course. It'll give you a description of what this course will teach you, how long this course is in minutes. So this one is 43 minutes long. And then you can add it to your plan with this orange button here. So again, just typing in keywords that you're looking for. I know I showed you the leadership skill tracks, but maybe you want to see what all do we offer in leadership. We have 155 results on this topic. So you can come through, find something that you're interested in. Maybe it's leading virtually. Here's a course on leading virtually. Again, 43 minutes long, and you can add it to your plan here with this button. So once you've gone through the career pathways tool, you've gotten some suggested courses, you checked out the skill tracks or the industry certs page, you browsed for some courses that may be interesting to you and you've added them to your plan, everything is going to live here under your plan tab. So you have your activities tab. This is all the courses you've ever added to your plan. And then you also have your report tab that shows you those certificates of completion. So when you're ready to take a course, all you have to do is hover your mouse over that course name. You'll press launch and it'll bring up the second window. And then you'll click here again to launch the course. Give me 1 second because I don't think this is sharing this particular, here it is. So you guys should see my course player now. This is the window of where you would take this course content. So you'll see here, there's a table of contents here available. It's going to show you all of the different topics that this course is covering, as well as how long each video is. And you would just start at the beginning, go ahead and take these course videos. It'll play through on the screen. You do have a few options here as well. If you'd like closed captioning, you can increase the size of that captioning here with this gear wheel. We do offer a course transcript as well. So that's available under this little paper tab next to your volume button. And that'll open up a transcript in a separate window that's just going to have all of the course discussion that they're going to go through in these videos in a written format. So if you're someone like me, I like to read along as I'm listening and learning. Open up that course transcript page. You can read through as you're going through these courses. If you're taking something a little more advanced, you can definitely print these transcripts out, take notes on them, highlight if you need to, but this can be a really good tool if you need it, and that's available here under this little piece of paper icon. And then again, when you get to the very end of your course, you'll have this course test. So this one in particular is about 11 questions. I would press take test, and you would go through and answer the questions, pressing done. Here you'll see the question you got correct, which one you got incorrect, and which one you should have chosen. Now, if at any point you decide you want to stop working on this and come back later to finish it, that's also totally okay. You don't have to complete the course at the same time that you open the course. So if you get halfway through, all you have to do is press the save and exit button at the top. Make sure you're not pressing that red X, but the save and exit. Press save and exit here again, and that'll retain all of the course content that you've completed so far. And you'll be able to pick up where you left off as soon as you open it again. Now here under the report tab is again where all of those certificates of completion will be for you. So you'll see the name of the course you completed on the left. Here's a quick snapshot I've completed. Here's my score. Here's the date. And then this little piece of paper with a ribbon is what you can open up to print that PDF file of your certificate. So here's mine for this particular course, the logo in the right-hand side down here, as well as the logo down here. And this is the part of the presentation I really do like to tell people, make sure you save these certificates, either print them out physically and put them in a folder, save them to a folder on your desktop. I like to tell people, again, these are different types of courses that you can use when you're talking with employers. You can add these types of skills to your resume or your LinkedIn under your skills section or under your education section. And especially if you've taken multiple courses on a particular topic, it can be a way, an opening for you to discuss the work you're doing on your own time. So for example, you could say if you took maybe 10 courses on leadership and it took you about 5 hours to complete, you could put something on your resume or your LinkedIn like successfully completed 10 courses on leadership. certificates of completion are available upon request. So now this is a talking point for you. You can explain how you're investing in both yourself and in the skills that these types of employers are looking for. And then you can provide this as proof should you ever be asked for it. All right, just a couple more places I want to show you within the portal, and then if we'll have time, hopefully a few minutes at the end to go through any additional questions. But we do have this help section here for you as well. So you can open up this help section. Tutorials will be linked at the very top. So again, if you have any questions about getting started with Metrix, what your plan is, how to navigate to your plan, open a course, or check out your certificate, those videos are going to be available for you here. Again, short 5-minute or less YouTube videos. And then we also have a support section here under the help tab. And this is where you can enter a support ticket directly from the portal. So if you would like to enter a support ticket, you'll see the option to click this link to create a new ticket. All we're going to need from you is a quick title and description of the problem you're experiencing. You can go ahead and press that submit support ticket link here. And then that will go to our customer support team, who will get back with you within 2 business days generally. So there's lots of ways to get in touch with our team. We want to make sure that you're, we're setting you guys up for success and that you're able to navigate and use this system effectively. So please, definitely feel free to reach out to us in a method that makes sense for you, whether that be hopping on one of these Tuesday or Thursday sessions with us, entering a support ticket, or just sending us a quick email. Again, that email is customersupport@metrixlearning.com. And we'll be happy to get back with you and kind of go through whatever questions or issues you may be experiencing. So yep, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. That was
No, no.
the conclusion?
I'm sorry.
I have a couple questions I grabbed from the chat.
Perfect.
Is the assessment mandatory, or can you search for courses to take on an ad hoc basis?
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing in here is going to be mandatory for you guys. This is a tool for you to use. You can open up a course, get halfway through it, and you decide this is not worth it to me or not something I'm interested in. No worries. You don't have to finish it. We definitely encourage that you do. Hopefully you find content in there that you like and is beneficial to you. But even for the industry certifications courses, you're not required to take that national exam at the end. If you do just want to go through the course content and learn, that's totally up to you. But the option is available for you guys to take those tests or pursue those national exams. So you can add things like skills to your resume or credentials. We just want to make them available, but again, not mandatory to complete.
And also, there was somebody asked, is Metrix available in Arizona? She knows somebody that's unemployed in Arizona.
That is a great question. I do believe we have some availability in Arizona, but again, please email us directly about that. If we do have something available, our team would be able to point them in the right direction and get them that self-registration link like I provided for you guys here, so they can get set up on their own if they're in an area that we support.
Ellie, I just wanted to ask you, I work for Family Guidance, Bergen County Family Guidance, and you had said the age group was 30 to 65, something like that. Is there anything for the teen, say 16, 17 up until 20s, that high school? You have specific, you do have that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So just let me go back to that point that I made. So we did find that 30 to 65-year-olds enjoyed the games as much, if not more, than people in the 16 to 30 age range. So I was just saying that like as an example that you don't have to be in high school to enjoy the games.
Okay.
But we have tons of content available for youth as well. We work across the nation with tons of youth programs, especially summer youth employment programs. So we have specific curriculum built out for youth. We have a ton of games available, but also those professional skills that they can kind of pursue as well for job opportunities.
So do you have career assessment tests, actual tests, or is it all self, they're just rating
No, from an administrator standpoint, we do have assessments available within the portal as well. So, I mean, as participants, you guys have access to these assessments too. Go to the browse section of your catalog, open up the provider, and these are going to be the different content providers we have. So I mentioned Skillsoft. That's most of the content we have where you're going to be learning content. You take that course test at the end. TPC is referencing our manufacturing content. So if you're interested in something like construction, electrical, welding, we have some of those fundamental courses in manufacturing as well available under TPC. One Huddle is our gamification, so those games that I showed you. And then Prove It is the assessments. So if you check the Prove It box and press go, it's gonna hopefully load up on the screen for you guys. Here's 832 different assessments. So these are not going to be teaching any content. This is strictly an assessment on the information you know currently. So at the top, there's a bunch of stuff, but if you scroll down, we have stuff in here like bank teller skills, basic arithmetic, basic electronics. So there's a ton of assessments available in here too, if you're just looking to kind of test or assess where someone's current skill level is at.
And Julie, we're gonna have a separate information session for community organizations like yourself, where you could have your own portal for your clients. So I'll be in touch with you about that.
Oh, great. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just reopened the poll. If before you jump off, I just want to leave that open and ask you to participate if you haven't already. There are a couple more questions, but also I put some link. I'm going to follow up with everybody with an email with all the information, the slides, link to the recording, but also a link to our website, bergenjobcenter.com. We're here to help you with all your employment and training needs. If you need additional training, like more comprehensive training, help finding a job, help with your resume, interviewing, all that stuff. It's all available for free. And then we also in October have a job fair coming up. So I will include that information too, bergencountyjobfair.com. But let's get back to Ellie while we have her and answer some of these questions. How do we find the cost of external certifications?
So go to that certification, industry certification page under the catalog. You should see the certifying bodies linked at the very top of that page. So if you're interested in a CompTIA exam or the project management exam, click into those. It'll take you out to that certifying body's website, and you can find all the details on like any prereqs you may need to have for that type of exam, the cost of the exam, the length of the exam, etc. So all that information can be found on that site. You can also feel free again to pop on those webinars with us. Again, we have several people available to kind of answer questions in real time. So if you do need some guidance or direction, or you have questions specifically, we can help with those on those types of sessions. But all the information for sure will be available on those certifying body links.
I think we answered all the questions in the chat. Does anybody have any questions?
So the 6-month access, is that a one-time event for all of us, or in 2024 we have another opportunity?
So the 6-month access is just how we're set up as a kind of like the subscription model. If you're approaching the end of your 6-month access, reach out to us. Just send us an email, jump on a webinar, let us know that you'd like to extend your training, and we can give you a fresh license for 6 more months. So it's not that it's one time, use it and lose it. You do have access to retain those licenses or continue learning after it's expired. I would just say, don't reach out.
I just have a question.
Mhm.
Yeah, just referring to what you just said before. I had taken this course before and I had requested for an extension, and I never heard from anyone because there was courses that was unfinished and I wanted to finish, but I did request it an additional time and nobody got back to me for a while.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But definitely feel free to reach out to us again. I can drop our customer support email into this chat box right here. We did actually just transfer over what our customer support email box is. So previously it was a different email. Currently it's going to be customersupport@metrixlearning.com. And I can check that inbox. I'll keep an eye out. If you could send it today, I'll go through and look for your name specifically and go ahead and get you taken care of.
Thank you so much.
Mine's also expired. I just sent in a ticket to the support.
Okay, perfect. If you sent in a ticket, I'll go through after this session and I'll take a look at them. We do have a full customer support team. Me and one other of my colleagues kind of work as like overflow. But I'll go in after this session. I'll take a look.
Thank you.
New Jersey customer support is not different. So just feel free to email that regular customer support email. That should be available for everybody.
Question, can the Metrix courses be accessed internationally while traveling?
That's a good question. I do know we're available in different territories. We work in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands. So I do believe if you have internet access, then you can access the .com from whatever area internationally that you're in. You should be able to log in with no problem. Oh, one other thing, sorry, just real quick. One other thing I wanted to mention about the licenses expiring is don't reach out too soon. So it's gonna if we extend your license, it's gonna restart 6 months from the day you request it. So if you still have 3 months of access left on your license, doesn't really make sense to ask us to extend it for another 6 months because technically you'd only get 3 months since you're asking 3 months before it expires. So just be aware of that timing. Keep an eye on it. If you get down to about 2 weeks left on your license, that's a good time to reach out to us and we'll get it done for you.
How soon is this recording will be exposed as a recording, like the presentation? How soon is it going to be shown for people who actually missed it?
I'll get that up as soon as possible. I get an email from Zoom once it's available in the cloud, and I just want to see if I have to edit anything, and so I'll get that out as soon as possible.
I want my son to view it too. Thank you.
And this went really well. If everybody enjoyed it, we'll do more also, but we want to also have it on demand for everybody.
I see one more question about the PMP certification. So if you're looking for the specific track that will prepare you for a PMP national exam, please go to that industry certifications page. You scroll down past those links at the very top, you should be able to pop open the business certifications topic, and the PMP, PMI, as well as the CAPM. All of those tracks are available within that drop down. So industry certification page, business certifications, you should see the options for project management, and then you can choose which one makes the most sense for you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ellie, for the great presentation. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I hope it was helpful. I hope you learned some new skills or upgrade your skills. And like I said, we're here to help you with all your employment and training needs. Our job is to get you back to work the quickest path possible and get you upskilled, to get the job that you need. So we're here to help. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you again.
so much. It was a
Thank you.
great presentation.
Thank you. Appreciate the feedback.
Have a great day.
All right, you too.